Yo, what is up? What is poppin'? Another episode of the O.O.C. Welcome, YouTube. Thank you guys for popping in. We got Roberto in the house. We got JG in the house. And I sent the link to LB, so we'll see if he pops in or not. Haven't responded back. But Bazo, thank you for popping in. Pray for them toddlers in the Val. Absolutely 100%. That was some messed up shit, bro.
I know, like, my wife's friend owns a daycare, and she was giving my wife some details of what took place. And how long we can't swear for?
I think you're good now.
I can't fucking believe it, yo.
Yo, you know the man was. They took him out the bus. He was like naked and shit. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is going on with this world, bro? 4-year-olds.
Why children?
I have no idea, man. We'll find out more details later, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think there's any details as to why. What's up, Lambo? How you doing? Eyes Only, Dandelion, Drop Shop, Poe. Thank you guys for popping in.
My wife said something that really resonated with me. I tried to argue it, but she's 100% right. It's always men doing this fuckery. Every time a man has an issue, he has to take people down with him. Innocent.
That's people. A good point. That's a good.
I don't understand that shit. You know.
I don't deny that. To be honest with you,
I couldn't. I tried to argue it to stick up for men, but I'm like, I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say. Well, yeah, there's some women. What could I say?
I would say name one.
Oh, fuck. I don't think I'd make the show. Oh, you mean name one woman?
Yeah, that did something like that.
Women normally take out their family member, their children. They don't go on a fucking mad spree taking out dozens or, when it comes to children, it makes it that much fucking worse because these kids didn't get a chance to even remotely close live their lives.
Absolutely. 100%.
It's so sad. So sad.
Roberto, tell them where they can find you. Oh, LB is in the house. What up, LB?
Gentlemen. What up, brother?
LB.
Thank you for popping in.
If they're watching the show, they know they can find me right here.
Yes, sir. JG, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on the great Nzo channel, spewing my blasphemy to some people. You can find me on Superwise's channel.
You've been okay so far. You've been on point so far. So
I haven't begun to go crazy yet. It's coming, though.
LB, what's up, brother? Where can they find you?
You can find me in these streets, bruh.
Nice. Stop lying.
You can find me on my channel called The Lonely Banter. If you enjoy me tonight, feel free to check me out. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Make sure to check out his channel, man. He always has some thoughtful stuff on there, some real important stuff to us. And since it's Black History Month, you know what I mean? We're gonna represent, of course, always, like we always do. We got some good topics on here tonight. First, let me ask the panel. I'm pretty sure Roberto hasn't, but LB, I asked JG, he didn't. You seen that Proud Family stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna get into that as well. Then Roberto has a topic. He's asking if TikTok is ruining the world. And we also have cop shooting. You know what I mean? And I want to hear these guys' opinion on that one. And then Chillmonger has a video that he wants us to react to. So I have that ready to go as well. And I know LB will agree with it, but I watched a little bit of it and I was like, all right, Chill, you want to do it? Let's do it. So that being said, let's get on with the show. First topic we have is the Proud Family stuff. So there's this video, right? I guess it's a TV show called Proud Family. And on the show, they did a little Black history stuff, right? So before I show it, I'm going to bring it up here, but you're also going to see the tweet and then we're going to show the video. Now, for those of you that are watching or going to watch on the replay, I am pretty sure that this video will get claimed and I'm going to have to cut that out later on. So I'm just letting you know that if you watch it on the replay, you may not see it there because it'll be cut out, but you will definitely be able to go and find it somewhere on Twitter. I'm not sure if any YouTube channels have it either, but we'll see, But so far, this is it. And the tweet that I have here says, this scene from a Disney Plus kids cartoon called The Proud Family, blatant anti-white propaganda. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the video. And I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Slavery, which means slaves built this country. Tilled this land from sea to sea to sea. First it was rice, tobacco, sugar cane. Then Whitney did his thing and cotton became king. And we were its soldiers, 4 million strong, fighting for America's freedoms, even though we remained America's slaves. Built this country. The descendants of slaves continue to build this. Slaves built this country. And we, the descendants of slaves in America, earned reparations for their suffering and continue to earn reparations every moment we spend submerged in the systemic prejudice, racism, and white supremacy that America was founded with and still has not atoned for. Slaves built this country. Not only field hands, but carpenters, masons, blacksmiths, musicians, inventors built cities from Jamestown to New Orleans to Banneker, Washington. 40 acres and a mule. We'll take the 40 acres, keep the mule. We made your families rich. From the southern plantation heirs to the northern bankers to the New England ship owners, the founding fathers, former president, current senator,
the Illuminati, the New World Order.
Slaves built this country. We had Tubman, Turner,
Frederick B.
Didn't they say Lincoln the slaves?
But slaves were men.
And women, and only we can free ourselves. Emancipation is not freedom. Jim Crow, segregation, redlining, public schools, feeding private prisons, where we become slaves again. As we celebrate Juneteenth for the umpteenth time, our account is still outstanding. Because this country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. And we demand our 40 acres and a mule. Bump that! You can keep the mule.
Keep the 40.
We're taking our freedom.
So before I get to panel, right, I seen it on a Twitter post and I was like, I don't see no wrong in that. There's no lies in that video. Like, there's no fucking lies in that. But you got people sitting on there talking about it's anti-white, and I'll see if I can find some tweets over here.
Anzo, when you hypothetically speak, you're not calling out a certain person or individual, right? You're just hypothetically speaking. But if someone steps out while you're hypothetically speaking and defends themselves, then you got to call a spade a spade. If someone thinks this is racist, it's because they are racist and this offends them because it's all facts.
And
100%. Go ahead.
To add some context to it, they also did an episode on Juneteenth. So that between that clip and the Juneteenth episode is what, the white conservatives are upset about.
It's
So
oh my God.
So there's a line in the Juneteenth episode about how Abraham Lincoln didn't free all the slaves, right? So that's what that's one of the clips that they're running with. But if they actually watch the episode, they would hear when they said that it was explained, like in the Emancipation Proclamation, the document that freed the slaves, that the border states, the slaves in the border states weren't free. Mm-hmm. So it's like
Facts.
The people that are upset about the fake outraging, they're leaving that part out of it because they know a lot of people don't know that.
Absolutely.
And let
And
me
it
piggyback
just,
off of that.
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's not forget Abraham Lincoln initially didn't even want to free the slaves. And when it
Yeah.
was talking about freedom, he was trying to send them right back to Africa. Then he realized, oh shit, it's a whole bunch of these guys. We can't do that. You know what I mean? And if
Mm-hmm.
nobody's seen the movie Lincoln, where even though it was kind of like Hollywood and all that stuff, but there's a line where he's talking about the political ramifications of the Emancipation Proclamation, right? And how slaves were still considered property and not people.
Yeah.
So it's a whole lot to that. And like LB said, hey, in Juneteenth, there were people still slaves after that,
Mm-hmm.
for years after that.
Absolutely. And here's a comment here. It says, to say that slaves built the U.S. is historically inaccurate, though. Southern economy, largely agricultural, was quite dependent on them. That's true. But the northern part became rich primarily due to industrialization. So it's true only partly.
Well, let's not forget
See,
New York was was the largest slave owning colony prior to industrialization.
and not only that, who was there building Washington D.C.?
Exactly. Hell, who was
Facts.
the architect behind building Washington D.C.?
Just to go a little further, bro. Who the fuck built you guys railroads?
Right,
You
y'all.
know what I mean?
They weren't doing the work. Like
Not at
like
all.
Exactly.
I was talking to my friend about this last night because he kind of buys into the conservative talking point, so I always have to bring him back to reality. But I was like, bruh, just look at the current landscape of thing. Do a lot of white people want to do the dirty work? What do?
For real.
They hire the illegal immigrants to do all the dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine what was happening back then. Who was going to be doing all the dirty work? Definitely not them.
I
You know
remember
what I mean?
years ago, my dad, this is how old I am, Rush Limbaugh when he was at his peak. And a guy called in on the show and said, you know, cotton was really good to my father. I'm like, no shit, it was good to you. Hell, we would. You really think the cotton gin was created by a white person to make shit easier on slaves? Hell no.
You know, it's ridiculous, right? And I was watching I think it's an old Black Vlad video, and there's something that I didn't know. They used to put black people on like a rotisserie and burn them alive. And it's a documented in a book with pictures and everything.
Yeah, I
And
saw that video.
Yeah.
I was like,
And they
I've heard a
would pick
lot of
up pieces of the charred body and take
Yeah.
pictures with it.
Yeah.
How uncivilized is that, man?
It's unbelievable, bro. Right? This is what I'm saying. Like all of this shit that happened to us, right? And then you want to talk about, well, there's no such thing as white privilege. There's no such thing as systematic racism. Really? You kidding me with that bullshit? It just makes unbelievably no sense, bro. And people are complaining about something in this video that when I watch it, I'm like, I don't have a problem with it.
I'm like, this
Oh, no.
is so well done, so well put together. If this offends anybody, call a spade again. If you tell me the history of white people or the history of Latin people or the history of Asian people, who am I to say anything?
But yeah, but you know what the problem is though, Roberto? It's because they know their history, they know it was bad, but they don't want to look bad. You know what I mean? But yet they can go around here trying to cancel people for things they said 10 years ago. But when it comes to something with them, oh, no, let's not talk about that. They're being anti-white.
Man, I appreciate this topic tonight because, like I said earlier, like I was talking to my friend last night about these things, and the reason a lot of these fake outrages do this stuff with topics like this is because a lot of people, they don't know. Like this wasn't taught in school. A lot of these things wasn't taught
For
in
sure
school.
they taught.
And we're in the age where people don't actually research and look into things. They see clips and they buy into these clips. So that's why they do these things, because they know people will fall for what they're saying.
Absolutely, 100%.
It's a shame that people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, had no idea about Black Wall Street.
Right,
And they've lived
right.
there for decades. They had no
Right.
clue.
Dog, it's
Absolutely.
and I said this to him. I was like, bro, it is so sad. Like people my age and older, a lot of us didn't know anything about Black history until we got out of school. So I
For
said,
real.
why is it a problem for the people that's under us, the younger generations, to be learning these things in school, like so they can know?
Because they don't want to teach that part of history, bro. They want to throw it under the mat. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
okay to talk about, the Holocaust and all of that stuff. You
Yep.
teach that in school, but when it comes to Black history, no, 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 no. We can't talk about that.
Because it was
Even
done
up
in their
here.
backyard.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like
Like,
I had one Black history class for 1 year only. They offered it to us for 1 year, and it was sad because my school was 95% Black. Then you had Indian and Asians, and maybe had like a few white people. And there was like 7 people in that Black history class.
yeah, bro. I mean, that's how it was for me in school. Like, I went to a majority Black school up until ninth grade, and the only time we learned Black history was if we had a Black teacher.
Hmm.
The white teachers didn't teach it. And when I was in high school, bro, because like American history was required.
Yeah.
All that we learned about Black history, bro, you want to know?
Hmm.
Slavery, and it ended, and then they played the movie Roots for us.
Yep, me too. Me too.
I think
That's
we
it.
got a little. I think we got a little bit more than that, but not much. You know what I mean? They talk a little bit about Martin Luther King, because here it's Canadian history, right? Canadian history, you have to pass. If you don't pass that course, you ain't graduating from high school, right? So they did give us little sprinkles of Black history in there, but just like you said, like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and that's it. You know what
You
I
know what's
mean?
interesting? Malcolm X is hardly ever talked about in the books. It's cool.
Yeah.
You see Martin Luther King, but I don't think I've ever seen Malcolm X's name
Because
in
Malcolm,
the school history
I feel
books.
like Malcolm was really how the people felt.
Hmm.
And Malcolm was really how the people felt. And Martin was trying to appease the people, trying not to offend them and get our point across. Malcolm X was like, we had enough, get our point across. I feel they treated him like the Black Panther Party. Like I said, this is my opinion, but I find that anything that gains momentum righteously for Black people, not even directing it towards any other race, they
Hmm.
they come up with some fucking bullshit to make us look radical and tear it down, even if it's helping us.
And you know what's funny? Now that I think about it, right? I was never a fan of the Boondocks, right? But I know that in the Boondocks, their episodes have messages, but they have did it in such a way to where, it's funny, and stuff like that, and people laugh, ha ha ha. But if you look behind what the jokes are, there's messages there. So it's
Hmm.
okay to say it like that. It's okay to make us look foolish and all kinds of stuff to get the point across. But when they do something like this, where you're actually talking about stuff and people are, talking about, because reparations is a big thing in America right now, right? I know there's a lot of talk going on about that over there now, but at the same time, you know, they do it in this show, and it's like, oh, anti-white, anti-white, and I'm like, listen, everything is not anti-white, bro. You know what I mean? Just because we talk about the shit that we've been through doesn't mean it's anti-white.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's like,
That's a
and I keep
momentum killer.
and I heard someone say this a few weeks ago, and it stays in my mind. And it's a shame I don't remember who said it, but you know, Black history is American history. Like,
Mhm.
they need to get that into their head.
Facts.
Um, honestly, bro, I just want to have a discussion with these people that does all this rhetoric, like a real deal sit down discussion, and hear what they have to say and why they think this way. Cause I like
Facts.
it. It's plain as day. They don't talk to Black folk. Like, they
Mhm.
don't. They're not around them. They
Mhm.
don't actually engage with us because, man, we ain't worried about them.
Absolutely. And a lot of people have they say something about him, that YouTuber Vosh. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know that one.
VAUSH.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He put a comment on there. Can't believe historical accuracy is anti-white. That's crazy. And I've watched some of his stuff, and I agree with a lot of the things he says. You know what I mean? Like, he's on our side, basically, if you want to say that. You know what I mean? He sees it the way it's supposed to be. And I'm like, okay, you're one dude I can fuck with. You know what I mean? I can watch your streams and stuff like that. But there's some other people out there, bro, where like I just can't do it, man, because you hear that shit that they talk and it just pisses you off, man. You know, Eyes only said sometimes truth hurts. Um, Lambo said, hold on, I'm a little bit slowly over here. You should know we was more than slavery. We made so many contributions to America. That's for true, 100%. I agree with that. In Canada, we talk more about African Americans than Black Canadians, 100%.
Yeah, bro. Like they essentially, for American history, it was okay. We had slavery. We ended slavery. Let's skip all the way to Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, pretty much.
Before that, nothing. Like I didn't know about Reconstruction and Jim Crow until I was an adult.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think my introduction to it was Eyes on the Prize. We would watch that in elementary school a lot.
Like
That's when I really found out about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they didn't tell us about Malcolm. I learned about Malcolm X through the movie. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
You see, I learned a little bit, but most of the information I got was from YouTube, like doing research, and from the movie, 100%. You know what I mean? Because after that movie came out, man, it just felt like it was Malcolm X, and I wanted to learn more. Now, I know there was no internet at the time, right? But you would go and you do reading and, you know, but at the same time, I don't know why they don't teach like our history. Like, why is they're that ashamed of it? You know, if you want to change, you got to go and do that stuff. Like you said, Jim Crow was never taught. Redlining was never taught. You know what I mean? All the kinds of things that they do to hold us back was never taught. It's just unbelievable, man. You know, and quick question, like, just not to go off topic, but what do you guys think? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that say, oh, February, Black History Month, we shouldn't have a Black History Month because, you know, it's Black History Month every day. What are your thoughts on that one?
Who's saying that? Black people?
Oh, Morgan Freeman has said that, bro.
It's funny you asked that question because my
Freeman,
friend,
oh my goodness.
yeah, my friend, he said that last night. I was like, bruh, there's 11 months of the year where they celebrate white history. 1 month ain't killing nobody, bruh.
Exactly. And it's the shortest month of the year.
You got that right.
And
we're lucky we got that right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, it's the shortest month of the year, and we have a month, but at least it's a month where they spotlight us, because any other months they don't.
Spotlight to
You
a
know what I
degree,
mean?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
when,
spotlight to
when
a
it's
degree.
a cop killing us, we get the spotlight. Hey, look at this injustice going on, guys. But they don't really talk about, our history or anything like that until it's Black History Month. And then we get bombarded with it. And then when the month is over, it's like, okay, guys, we got through another one. Let's go back to the regular programming, you know?
Back to
But
business.
it's hard to call it history when it's still happening.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know if y'all have read Malcolm X's autobiography, but I definitely recommend anybody to read it. I haven't finished it, but man, like from what I've read, like sure some of the lingo that that's used back then is different, but like everything is still very relevant to today.
Absolutely. 100%. Guaranteed. I was watching some YouTube videos of him where he's talking and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely still relevant today. Still relevant today, you know? This comment here was, they have distract you from the fact that they're screwing you over. 100%. The people in power don't like threats to the status quo. They need poor
That's a
people to
no-brainer.
exploit, so they have to distract poor white people so they don't start asking for rights too. I don't know. We had over 50,000 inventions till like a year ago. Black people have
You know.
done a lot of things.
Yeah.
First open heart surgery was with a black man. I think
You know.
the traffic light was created by a black man as well.
You know what's funny? Like they love telling us, this anti-white stuff. They don't want this stuff taught, but they love misquoting and taking out of context Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Facts. 100%. 100%. Because even like you said, watch a video just today and they were talking about, so do you hate all white people? And Malcolm X was like, that's kind of a messed up question, like, do it. No, he doesn't hate all white people. And then he had to school them. And that's exactly what you say. Like, the rhetoric is that Malcolm X did hate white people. And that's not really the case. It's just fucked up.
And isn't that funny that anytime you talk about black pride, black love, loving your own people, oh, you're anti-white. No. I mean, it's just, like he said, I don't hate the white man. I love my people so much that they think I hate the white man. The red quote from Malcolm.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So,
Facts. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
And like I said to my homie, I'm like, bruh, black people have every right to despise white people. Want to do all the things that white people did to black people, but we don't.
Facts.
You see it all the time. Some black person putting their life on the line to save a white person that they don't know, that may even have called them the N-word, but you don't hear the reverse. Maybe they don't want us to hear it, but I don't hear it.
Facts, 100%. And you know what's funny too? It's like you said that, LB, right? But shit, I lost my train of thought.
That's what happens when it's live.
So Taiki said they don't want it taught because it's evidence of a crime they still refuse to admit and pay for. There's a lot more questions than answers that they aren't ready to answer from the new generation. 100%. 100%. Because they look bad.
And also consider the financial ramifications. If you go back to all these towns that were destroyed, all these businesses that were destroyed, throughout the United States alone, the financial ramification, how much money they would have to pay in regards to that. You got towns, black towns, underneath a lake.
Well, that's the reparations. I think they asking for like a couple $2 billion in reparations, right? To people who have ancestors that were slaves or anything like that. And I'm not against it. I said I will be moving to America and I will be saying I am an ancestor of one of these slaves over here. I'll do my research and like, yeah, that sounds like I could work, But yeah, go ahead.
And I was going to mention back to the Proud Family episode, because I've never watched the Proud Family at all before, and that was the first time I watched it, and I'm watching it, and I mean, before I watched it, I knew that this outrage that was going, it wasn't going to be what the episode was about, and as usual, I'm right when it comes to that, and I'm just thinking, it's like, what do y'all want from our kind of entertainment? Like, y'all have a problem with everything. Like,
facts.
The only time you don't have a problem with a TV show or movie that features us is when we're killing each other and doing all kind of thug gangster stuff. Or we're just the most jokes. Or we're just we're making jokes, or we're the most vanilla characters possible. That's the only time you don't have a problem with it.
Facts, 100%. And you said that, right? What kind of shows do they want us to do? When we do shows like this, it's like, oh, it's anti-white, but let us be a pimp, a hoe, you know what I mean? A drug dealer, listen to the music. And it's like, yeah, Kanye West said something, right? And he was like, because Kanye West called himself a god, right? Now let's just forget about what Kanye West has done, but this kind of made sense. He said when he called himself a god, everybody went crazy. Oh, blah, 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 blah. But when he makes a song talking about he's a pimp or a drug dealer, no one cares. The minute you say you're a god and you're ostracized, you get called crazy, you get this and that. Say you're a drug dealer and you're good. It's fucked up, man. They don't see us other than anything than that, bro.
Yeah. And when I asked them, like, what do you want from us? Like, what do you want to see? They ain't got no answers, bro. Nothing.
You
And
look
What
at
can
all
they?
these media outlets when they have the spotlight Black History Month. You might find one or two historical Black movies or series. After that, it's Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's all these other crazy stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
just
yeah,
because they have
yeah,
Black
yeah,
people in it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
ridiculous.
and
100%.
and like I said earlier, like you could tell these people they don't be around black folk because if they do, they know that black folk talk about white people. It is what it is.
Right.
It's in our DNA, bro. I mean, you enslaved us so you can deal with us making jokes about you and talking about you.
You know what I mean? It is what it is, and you should be able to by now, you know, at least acknowledge the history, because if you don't at least even want to acknowledge it, then we'll never get over it. It'll never get over it, right? Because you're just putting it under the rug like it never happened, and we didn't do that. No, no, no. We're trying to make it up now, and no, people need to be taught about our history, whether you like it or not. It's a hard truth, right? It's a hard truth that has to come out, and you got to start giving us the same respect that you're giving everything in the history classes.
Yeah,
I
like
learned more about the native people than I did about black people.
shoot, I didn't know that the forefathers, like most of them, had slaves until I was an adult. They didn't tell you that.
Absolutely. Facts, 100%. Highways in major cities are built where affluent black neighborhoods were. Absolutely, 100%. What they do is they bring the property value down, then they buy it, and then they put up what they want to put up there. You know what I mean? To call it gentrification. I wonder if we will ever get reparations, not to be like Kanye, but Jews got their reparations. Yeah. Let me ask the Americans. I don't think so, but what do you guys think? You guys think you'll get reparations? Because I think you would have got it already.
I'll be
No.
honest with you. I think there's going to be something. If we do, it's going to be negotiations. We probably won't get the amount that we want because we're just every time you hear reparations, it's mostly just financial reparations, right? When
Hmm.
we deserve a hell of a lot more than that.
Hmm.
I
You
think
know
they're
what they're
going to
gonna
mess
say?
with the U.S. dollar so much that let's say that
Uh,
everyone got 2 million each. They're going to mess with that
you know what they're gonna
U.S.
say?
dollar
They're
so
gonna
much it's going to
say,
be like 500,000 a
they're,
piece.
JB, they're gonna be like, you know what? We promise y'all 4 acres and a mule. We can't give you the acres, so y'all get the mules. There's your reparation. Take
That's
that mule
facts.
and get the fuck out of our faces. At least we gave you something,
Exactly.
niggers.
That's why I said
And
when we go to the table, we need to ask for more than just financial reparations. More than
absolutely.
that.
Did you answer, LB? What do you think?
Yeah, I said no, but
Yeah.
like a lot of these folks, like they'll say, "Well, I had nothing to do with it. My family didn't have nothing to do
Mm-hmm.
with it."
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
see, that's not the point because y'all like to hide history, so we don't know that your family could have profited off of a slave.
Facts.
Um, and not only that, if the government, the the president that followed Lincoln, what was it, Andrew Johnson or Andrew Jackson? I always forget, one of the two. He
Mm-hmm.
was the president when Lincoln got shot. If he would have actually followed through with the Reconstruction plan like they were supposed to, maybe we wouldn't be talking about reparations today. But they
Facts.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we all know why they didn't do it, right? We
yeah,
know why.
exactly.
I think part of the outrage is just that it's a Disney show and they like to call Disney woke and such. Yeah, that's part of it too, right? But at the same time, as we all said on the panel, like we didn't hear no lies in there. Like if it was blatant lies, then I'd be like, yeah, that's some bullshit. Like, what are they trying to pull? But when I watched it, I was like, what's the problem? You know what I mean? I don't see it. I don't,
No.
but yet some white people, they see it as a problem. So Tony said, we have too much drug shows on TV. I want to see blacks do other genres. 100%. That's why I don't watch Power. You know what I mean? I hear Danny talk about all the time. Yo, Power's fire, power, power. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I've seen that way too much now. I don't need to see that anymore. You know what I mean? I want to see us doing some positive
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
So
not only that, like for me, like I talk pro-black stuff, but like I don't watch a lot of black TV shows and movies because that, and then a lot of them just shot and produced cheap and like
Mhm.
basic, and it's just like you keep doing the same stuff. Like, give me something more and extra, please.
I find they're all
Fact.
the same.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
I mean,
They're all friends. They cheat. They get caught. They make up. Movie's over.
Pretty
You
much.
know? It's
the,
crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, can't we be a little more creative?
I mean, you go back and look at the guy. I forget his name. The one that did The Birth of a Nation. The black
Oh,
guy. I
yeah, yeah.
forget his name, but he had to basically go out and beg people for money just to finance that film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a shame. That's why the movie like The Woman King, I hate that it came out. Because as soon as it came out, the big thing was, see, Africans sold their people into slaves, and that's my fault.
Right.
That was the who topic as soon as that movie came
That,
out.
Mm-hmm.
man, I hate that. I hate that talking point when they use they sold the slaves to you. Okay, and no one forced the white man to put them on the boat, chain them to the boat, bring them to America, and do everything they did. But they chose to do that. But now let's ignore that
Facts.
part and blame the black people in Africa, which we
And
Exactly.
fully don't 100% know that story. Like they could have been threatened, they could have been
mm-hmm.
bribed. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows?
And you know that the slaves in America were treated way different than the slaves that black people owned. You know what I mean? Totally different. They had no regard for our life whatsoever. We just talked about it earlier. They were putting us on fucking rotisserie like a chicken. You know what I mean? And burning us alive. Like, come on now. Some bullshit. I don't want to hear it, man. And that's why I'm sick of all this all the time. It's the same shit over and over again, you know? We do something and it's like, oh, we're dissing white people and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, whatever, man. Ain't nobody dissing no white people, man. We just
You
getting
see
our
that shit?
story out there. And if you don't like it, go ahead, Roberto.
I was gonna say that what Eyes Only is saying right here. Could you believe that shit?
Which
The
one?
teacher
This one
said
here?
that Malcolm X was evil.
I asked my
Oh
teacher
yeah, he
about
said
Malcolm X.
teacher.
He
Yeah.
said he was evil and I shouldn't talk about him. Really?
Honestly,
Like,
I got
that
one.
was the
I got one better
consensus.
than that. My junior year in high school, our teacher in the middle of class said the Ku Klux Klan was created first to help people. I got up and walked out. I literally
For
got up
real.
and
man was
walked out
there
the
to
room.
help people.
Literally, I got up and walked out the room, and I got in
I
trouble. I
would have
don't give a
left
damn.
too.
My parents said, "Good." I would have done it too.
I would have left too. And I wouldn't have come mad at my kid for doing it either. I'd have been like, yeah, you damn right, walk out there. What the kind of bullshit is that? You know, and the Black Panthers are on the same like a terrorist group. That's what they were saying. They say the Black Panthers are a terrorist group. Like, really? How? How? The Black Panthers have only defended when white people came into the hood, their hood, wherever they lived, and started fuckery. They never went out
From
there
what
and
I know, they
harassed
were
people.
helping their own people, clothing them, giving them
Yeah,
food, trying to build a strong community. Remember, they
yeah.
used to run
They
the
were never
metros
out.
and shit,
Hmm.
Absolutely.
or the
They were never
subways.
out there running. They were never out there burning crosses on white people's lawns,
Right,
in black
right,
hoodies. We weren't doing that. Come on
right.
now.
Yeah, man, we went out here doing what y'all do, bruh.
Absolutely not. Shifty Gism said Jewish folks got reparations, but look at the mess it caused in the Middle East. I don't have any real issues with stuff outside of the standard I hold for everything, and that's not to toss out blanket statement regarding race, groups, etc., because that's the root of most issues. Why are white people watching The Proud Family?
They
So
wasn't
that they
watching
can,
it. No, they didn't watch it because
for
it was
real, for real.
from the videos and the comments I seen, they didn't actually talk about the episode. No, they just
They
do
just
what they
talked
do.
about that part, right? Hmm.
Yeah,
Instead of y'all be like, it should be some of y'all be like, what's up, what's up?
that don't
Um,
sound right.
you know what I mean, Shifty? And already know, we already said it many times. When we say our things, we ain't talking about everybody. That should be done
Right.
without saying, you know? It just
Like
should be.
for real,
Um,
bro. Like if I say white people, if you know you ain't doing that, what's the problem? Don't be like say some of y'all. Yeah, whatever, bro.
yeah, and we had a few that used to watch. I used to take that personally all the fucking time. You know
All
what
the
I mean? And
time.
like, listen, we ain't talking about everybody, just a select few. But you know,
They
they
know
say
who
if
they
the
is.
you know what I mean, Roberto? If the hat fits, make them wear
Exactly.
it. So
You
there
know?
you go.
Then they always try to say if we said this about black, well, there's way more of y'all, and y'all got way more history of doing disgusting things. So
Hmm.
don't try to do that flipping on us thing. No.
Facts.
What up,
What up,
Basco?
Bosco? What's going on? Tony Ramos said, "We will never get another Life or Harlem Heat, but Dolomite is my name was close. Um,
Mm.
owning human beings is wrong in every
Right.
single way. Absolutely,
Right.
100%.
Like how in the like man, that's so deep when you think about it. Like, how can you come up to the conclusion that owning another person is okay? Like how
Facts.
messed up in the head could you be?
Facts. 100%. Shifty said, Anzo, you should watch Atlanta for so many reasons, but there's this fantasy episode in the third season where they make white folks whose family owned slave give a percentage of their earnings as reparations.
Yeah, Atlanta was
Yeah,
great.
I've never
You ain't
watched
like
it,
Atlanta?
so
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
good. I enjoy
I,
it.
I yeah, I've never watched it. I never watched it, so I can't say I liked it or not. I guess the Black Panthers weren't lynching people either. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? What I'm saying, Dandelion? Absolutely not. But yet they want to portray them as a terrorist organization. And again, we've had a few people on the show that kind of thought that way, you know? So it is what
Who?
it is. Hanzo said Harlem Heat instead of Harlem Nights. Yeah, my bad. Harlem Nights.
Harlem Heat, Booker
Who?
T, and Stevie Ray.
You know who, Roberto. You know who.
You ain't even got to say anything. I already think I know who you're talking about.
Oh, I already know.
Oh,
Because as soon as
you
they said
done.
something, they changed the whole discussion,
Yeah,
just
you done.
turned to whatever they want to talk about.
You done know. You done know. I'll put in a private chat for you there, Roberto.
Hmm.
And
Why? We can't call
you
them out live?
nah, we don't.
They
Nah.
is who they is.
Oh yeah, of course, of course,
Oh,
of
the
course.
the, the, the inter the international folks that's like thousands of miles away from America telling us how America is.
Oh, okay. Thanks, LB. That was a very good clue. That was a very good clue.
Roberto. So, Roberto, you had a topic you wanted to discuss. What was your topic, brother?
It's about TikTok ruining the world because I was at talking with a guy my age, and at least it was a real funny conversation because he wasn't able to complete a sentence. He was so frustrated that he was like trying to talk, but then he was stuttering like because he was so frustrated with how people are trending these days. And I took this conversation to my daughter about trending, and this is probably the first time her and I ever had a discussion where I didn't look like I know it all because I actually stopped and listened to what my daughter had to say, and it made a whole lot of sense. She blamed TikTok for what's going on in the world today because TikTok is basically the one setting trends, and people are all about trying to create trends, stupid, outlandish, realistic, funny, whatever the case might be. But again, like what I was going back to, normality is like disappearing now because it's such a sensitive world. You can't say anything. But what the fuck is going on in the world today? Like what happened today in our own city?
Crazy.
You don't feel me
Yeah.
on TikTok because TikTok touched the world, huh? The
Um,
world is on that platform.
to be honest with you, I don't think it's TikTok. I think TikTok has a lot to do with it.
It has
But
to
I'm gonna
do with
tell
it.
you,
I'm not putting the sole
no, no,
blame on them.
no, no.
Don't
I'm
get
gonna
me
tell you,
wrong.
I'm gonna tell you what's really ruining the world. And I fuck
Well,
it. You want to
let's hear
clip
it.
it? You can clip it. The
No, it
rainbow
is what it
community.
is.
The
But
rainbow community.
They have a huge say in it too, Anzo, and I won't argue with you on that. I told my daughter they are the new bullies, and she seemed to agree because they're the ones basically picking and pointing and having justification in everything that they complain about and ruin people's lives in the meanwhile that you can't get back because algorithms are already set. It's all
it's
negative, fucking negative.
and I agree with you, and it's just for me, it's like I think it's getting to the point where, you know, they're trying to make people think there's like 10 different genders and you're transphobic if you don't want to date a trans person. And it's all kinds of bullshit like that I think is really affecting the new generation because it's brainwashing them to think that this is right. Like everything we were taught in high school just goes out the fucking window.
For how many decades? I'm not saying we're right, it's called evolution. We evolve, we change, but not so drastic because you tilt the scale and you don't get people trying to understand and comprehend. You get people angry and saying, I don't give a, and I ain't gonna.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like for a while I was inhaling it, but now I'm starting to feel angry again. And if someone, like I tell you all the time, Anzo, if they're going to ask me an outlandish question, they better be ready to hear the answer other than what they think. Because I have an open mind. I'm grounded. I'm realistic. I'm trying to evolve, but you're trying to determine my pace. And that's wrong. And because of that, I rebel. That's why I didn't join the military. That's why I didn't do very good in school. Because I can't really be told what to do. I can be asked what to do, or I can make a decision whether I want to do it or not. But if you think you're going to come and tell me I'm doing it, even if I really want to do it, I probably won't. Call me ignorant. Call me what you want. I am a human being on this planet. I think I'm doing just. I'm respectful, honest, caring. Yeah, call me rare. Call me gullible. But that's how majority of the people were when I grew up.
Let me hear what LB and Shallon have to think. What do you guys think about it?
I've never used TikTok a day in my life.
Me either. Me either.
But I don't know, man. I just feel like social media as a whole just runs too many people's lives. They're thinking, they think what happens on Twitter or whatever is
real
life. It's everywhere, and too many people bend the knee to social media. It's like, no, bro, this ain't the way in life. Everybody don't use social media.
And you know what the biggest problem with it is? And I've said this many times. I said the internet is a blessing and a curse because it gave people who shouldn't have voices, right? And then you get like-minded people who shouldn't have voices, and they all get together and they start this new bullshit trend or whatever. They say stupid shit, and if you get enough people behind it, then you know what? They can make changes. It's ridiculous, man.
I think that all the time. It's just like, man, it's a beautiful thing. Like anybody can get up and do what they feel or want, but at the same time, it's just like everybody don't need a platform, man. Like some people I just listen to and watch. It's just like, bruh, do you hear yourself? Like, get off this microphone and stop.
For real. Sometimes I'd be listening to some people, man. Sometimes I'd be listening to some people and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm done. I can't take this shit no more.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
YouTube's for everybody, but YouTube ain't for everybody. You feel me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the killer, fellas? Is when you're watching that video and then you look over to your right and you see 11.7K. You're like, what?
Yeah, for real.
What?
For real.
Oh, man.
For real.
And then someone does something that actually you say, okay, makes sense, and you see 9.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or 5.
That's what tells you how fucking twisted it is right now. and it's trending
Absolutely.
so far to either the right or left. I don't even know. And Dandelion makes a very good point that I question myself, because you remember when I made that joke? What if it isn't the LGBTQ that's making all these rants and raves?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just some fucking instigator who just
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to.
Mm-hmm.
She's making that same comment. They just want to
Mm-hmm.
live their lives, and that's the way it
Well,
was before it became just wide open.
well, you see, that's the thing, and I guess I should clarify, right? Again, because I work with a gay dude and he's cool as fuck. He's funny and shit, right? And then he will tell you that the ones in Hollywood, the flamboyant ones, the ones that are doing all that outlandish shit, does not represent the whole gay community. That's for damn sure, because a lot of them don't even like that bullshit.
But
Like,
those two women, those two
did you see
women
the?
that were in the center of the Chappelle show, the last concert, the last show he
Oh,
did, with their arms crossed, did they look gay to you?
I don't remember what they look
Well,
like.
I
To
don't
be
know.
honest.
Listen, maybe it's wrong in me saying that, because how does a gay look? But they just look like two angry people looking for some fucking fire to add fuel to.
It could be.
That's all it looked to me. And
It
they
could be.
want to come out with the badge of the LGBTQ plus
I can
representation.
I can promise you that is how it starts, though, because like we said, people shouldn't have a voice. Well, someone goes online and says men menstruate, you know what I mean, or says something like that, and then you have a bunch of people that follow it and like it and agree with it and this and that, and that's how it begins. And then I think if it catches enough steam, then it starts becoming a reality. You know what I mean? I think it is like just one person who says something, who thinks some bullshit and puts it online, and people eat it up. I really believe that's what it is. 100%.
Because I'm still wanting to know who they are.
Let me get to these comments real quick because I missed a few. So, shifting into TikTok is ruining the world with all the nasty food recipes people be making into those joke videos, like the deep fried hamburger that was trending today. I didn't see the deep fried hamburger, but the ones that, these people will be putting shit in a toilet, bro, right? And hey, yeah, man, let's put the cereal in here, you put the milk in here, and then you do this. And they never, I think maybe I've seen one or two where they actually ate what was in there, but the rest of them cut off like right before they decide to eat it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's still nastiness, bro. TikTok is self-destructive. All the stupidest people will self-eliminate attempting dumb challenges. Some of those challenges, some of those challenges that they be doing on there, bro, are unfucking believable. Like, I don't get it. Mazel
I've
said, why
never
aren't you
had it on
making?
my phone, so I can't really say. Every now and then I'll get a meme or something with a TikTok video associated to it, and I'm like, what?
Listen, man, I'll be honest with you. I ain't never had TikTok either until someone started sending me TikToks of these girls on there and shit. And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
okay. I,
I
I
knew
was
it had
like,
to do with something, women.
I think that could be a reason why I pop onto TikTok. You know what I mean? Let me go on here and check this out. So that's the
Danny
only
too.
reason.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
another Danny.
the rainbow community, rainbow white fans. No, you know who I'm talking about. Luke Skywalker likes boys now. I did hear that somewhere. I didn't go deep into it because at this point, I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. If Star Wars ruins Ahsoka, I am done. I will not bother with it because the things that they are doing, they gave Joker a baby in the comic. Joker's having a baby in the comic. I don't know how long that's gonna last for or how long the run is. Yeah, but Joker's having a baby, Roberto.
I am done.
I lost touch, man. I really lost touch.
But
I feel like I'm in a bubble. Every time I come on YouTube, I learn something new.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Joker having a baby.
By
Okay.
himself? Who's he having
Shit,
a
I don't
baby
know.
with?
I don't know. All I know is I just seen the picture
Okay,
of him
because
having a
Joker's
baby,
having
and
a baby. Like, I saw that with Arnold Schwarzenegger, him being pregnant and shit, but he didn't have no baby.
I don't think people in the LGBT community give a shit what anyone else thinks. They just want to live their lives. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And they have every right to live their life and do whatever they want to. Whatever you want to do in your life and in your business is up to you, right? But
Sorry, you're dangerous.
it's the forcing it on people. That's what bothers me, you know? The alphabet people are making it hard.
What he's calling them, yo? I never heard that
community.
before.
The alphabet? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's what Dave Chappelle called them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mhm.
That's what everyone was saying on YouTube, so they don't get like flagged for saying certain things.
The wrong.
I used to do it.
Facebook and Twitter have a head start. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. TikTok is growing, right? And TikTok is not a trend. It's going to be around for a while because it's always going to have new people going on there doing things and, you know,
I
trends.
think it's going to be around a long time, but they're creating trends within the platform. You know what I mean? With stupidities. Is that where the
Right.
Tide Pod challenge started? Or that shit started on something else?
I'm not sure. It could have been TikTok, to be honest with you. Brandon Tatum and Candace Owens cannot listen to those two. Neither can I. Candace Owens is the worst, and then Brandon Tatum. Oh my God! I said the first time I seen, I was like, there was a cop video, you know, and I'm like, okay, let me listen to what this guy has to say. I kid you not. Within 5 minutes, I turned it off, and I was like, nah.
Like he's not
Are these YouTube people?
intelligent
Yeah.
at all, bruh.
At all, man. The things he says, bro, Roberto. You would listen to this guy and be like, "Oh hell no!" You want to punch him in the face, man. You know he's one of the.
I'm trying to avoid getting angry, man.
He's one of them, bruh.
Yeah, he's one of them that sit there and blame the black man for when a cop shoots us. You know what I mean? Well, you didn't comply, and you're this.
Is he black too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, double whammy.
Yeah.
He loves his white people, bruh.
That one hurts even more, man.
And he has over 100K subscribers. Of course,
I bet
right?
you
No,
98%
he's got
of them
he got like 2 million now.
Oh, he's got 2 million.
Yeah.
I
Shit.
bet you a majority of his followers have a Trump logo associated to them.
He's a Trump supporter too, bruh.
I'm not
There you
surprised.
Yeah.
I'm
He
not
love-
surprised because
he
that's where the
love-
momentum is.
Yep, he love him some white people, bruh. He'll tell you
Like
that,
the
bruh.
good old days, you know?
Absolutely.
He'll
He
drink
said they
their
don't
bath
care
water.
about. I said they don't care about genders or pronouns or any of that stuff. That's an attempt of the straight community to be accepting or proactive or something. That's the attempts. I don't know if that's the attempts of the straight community, but yeah, that pronoun stuff and you know what I mean, the genders and all that. Like regular, this guy, he's like a normal dude. You know what I mean? And he don't care about none of that shit. I don't see him sitting there. He'll even sit there and tell you, "Oh man, that's some bullshit," right? So we had a discussion about Kyle Jenner winning Woman of the Year, and
When?
he would, huh?
When?
You never heard that?
No?
Like a few years ago, like when they first had the transition, he won. She won Woman of the Year.
What did she do to win that? Get a sex change?
Basically,
What the? What the?
Yeah, he was on a cover of a magazine or something like that. I'm like,
And you tell me women weren't pissed
whatever.
off?
Yeah.
that you had the ones that were, and then you had the ones that were good for her, and blah 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 blah, and you know what I mean? Yay!
She had to have done something. I mean,
Nothing.
if
Did
she-
nothing. Just transition, bruh.
That's fucked up.
That's
Talking
it.
about how she, whatever, was so brave and coming out and doing this. That whatever deserves Woman of the Year.
What about that football player that came out? Did he win Man of the Year?
He didn't win shit.
That took some fucking. That took a lot of balls to
That
do
was
that.
some guts right there.
You know, that's a sport where, like, hey, wow, you must have really thought that out, yo.
Basil said those two women still gave Dave Chappelle money just to hate watch him in Closer.
Yep.
Black Parko said the gender war spirit is harming the black community. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. You know what I mean? And I think it's not just the black community though. I think it's affecting a lot of things, man. Can you imagine when our kids have kids, what they're gonna think is real in this world? You know what I mean? Like you had, and I had the picture and I forgot. They had some dude who wanted to identify as I think it was like a tiger or some shit like that, and had an operation to look like one.
Like a tiger?
Yeah,
What kind
I
of
have this
operation do
one
you have? You
too.
have a fucking tail added to your
I
ass?
have I have
What could you
no
do? All
idea,
you could do
bro.
is go tattoo colors on you.
I have another one. Hold on, I'll bring it up
I wonder
too.
if he had
When I see,
whiskers surgically implanted in his face.
Oh, there's people that does stuff like that.
hmm
You know, those people who tattoo
hmm
and pierce themselves, all the power to them. I really don't judge them. But if you want to start coming out now telling me you're the new age alien and stuff like that, that's wrong. That's wrong.
ah, hold on, Roberto. I'm gonna show you. You talked about the new age alien. Let me find that picture. I know I saved it because I said I gotta show Roberto this shit.
Oh my god, I need stronger weed, yo.
I'm always like, during the week going on these sites and I'm like, oh, this seems interesting for the show. And then I usually forget about it because I could find it on a Monday or some shit. Come on, I know I have it here. Maybe I don't. Anyways, this guy did his face up to look like an alien and said he identifies as, oh, here it is. Oh, not an alien, a lizard. Hold on, I'm gonna put it on my computer.
He stick balls in his face and stuff.
Oh, hold on, Roberto. Yes, sir. You'll see. It's crazy. Uh, okay, so it's a picture.
Does that word offend people now?
Which
You
word?
could still call people crazy.
Yeah. I think it's
I'm
the
just checking,
retarded one.
yo.
You can't.
Just checking because like this is just evolving too fast for me. I'm not getting those memos. What the fuck?
Ex banker who now identifies as a genderless dragon upset that his own son won't speak to him.
No kidding.
I mean, if that's legit, like you don't understand why? Like, bruh, look at you.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you need help,
But this
bruh.
is just it.
I'm
But
more
this is just it,
curious
people.
who would do that to him. Where do
I
you look
have
that up
no.
to say someone could make me look like this? Is there a shop in California or something?
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea where he got it done
This the
or
dark. This
who
probably the
actually.
dark web. It's got to be the
Hey,
dark web.
you pay someone a decent amount of money, they'll do anything, right? So the money is good. Hey, you want to do this to yourself? No problem whatsoever.
But
But you
between the
see,
four
this
of
is.
us, if that was a challenge
Mhm.
for the four of us, how would you go about finding the person to do this? Google?
Google,
Maybe
bruh.
a tattoo artist. Yeah, Google tattoo artist. You know what I mean?
Let me
It's
put my mouse
just
to work.
So you
it's
about to look that
just
up,
weird.
Roberto? You want to be a black dragon, bruh?
but
You never know. You never know. Might have to fit in.
but but you see, that's the thing though. For me, it's like because you have all these people, and if you want to identify what you want to identify of, that's your prerogative. If you're not hurting nobody, do what you got to do. But then you got the weirdos who want to identify as a baby. You know what I mean? Who want to identify as a fucking lizard, a lion, a tiger, a bear. This is what I identify as. I'm like, oh my lord, what is this world coming to, bro? I tell you, I say it all the time. We living in our end of days, bro. I am telling you that, man. May not be in our generation, may not be our
Oh,
kids' generation, but it's it's coming.
Bruh, I just I realized the world is just different, bruh. It was when I was watching the episode of CSI, like back in the day, like, and it was a convention about people dressing up as furries, like dressing up as like animals and stuff in costumes, like
Uh-huh.
mascot type costumes.
Uh-huh.
And then like I looked it up on Google, and it's a real deal thing, bruh. I was like, bruh.
So
I just don't get it anymore.
Roberto,
I just don't.
hold on. Roberto seems to have found something here. So let's check this out.
There's a
Roberto
few
doing
people-
some
few
research.
People are doing this, huh?
I
There's
think
a
this is the
few
first time.
people doing this shit.
Before I bring up this video, guys, we have to acknowledge a first time on this show. Roberto actually did some research and came up with something on a topic that we had because he needed to know. So check this out.
He need a Jamaican horn, bruh.
You know,
What the hell is
Black
that?
Alien Project. Man transforms himself into an alien.
look you've always wanted. Well, in the case of Anthony Lafredo, there seems to be
Bro, that
no
looks
limits.
scary.
Body modifications have been around since the beginning of time, and every one of us have modified our bodies in one way or another.
No,
Who's
we haven't.
everyone?
We're gonna look
No,
at a
not
man
no,
whose
bruh.
sole goal in life is
Hey.
to transform himself to look
Hey,
like
pause
an
it, bruh.
alien. This is the story of
Yeah.
a black alien.
Hey, so remember what bruh said in the chat earlier about generalization and all that, and stop saying y'all, say some of y'all. This is
Yeah.
a perfect example of some of y'all.
But look, if it's a black guy, he's speaking for black people. If he's white, he's speaking for.
Some of y'all.
White people. You know?
Ain't speaking
Because
for
I
me,
know
bruh.
black people ain't speaking for white people, and unless they address it that this is white people. So we gotta
Fact.
make sure we get this set right.
This
Hey,
man's
and,
parents
and
didn't
to
love
be
him.
honest with you,
Why black alien?
listen, sometimes we sit there and say, yo, that's some white people shit. Because there are certain things that, and it's not to be racist or anything, but there are certain things that are just white people shit. Like when you hear it, you're like, yeah, that's some white people shit.
And this
Hands
is a
down,
perfect
'cause
example.
No black person is doing it. Facts. Facts. Because no black
Like
person
you-
is doing that.
You might find a black person that will do that, but you ain't finding many.
Facts.
I don't know a
agree.
single
And-
black person that would do that.
And
Not one.
and there's some things.
Not
There's
even
some
for
things you
Halloween.
hear. No, not like that. No, absolutely not. But Danny, I mean, Roberto, there's some things that you may hear and you say, you know what? That's some black people shit too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? 'Cause,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, true.
right? So it goes both ways. Danny sent a $20 super chat. He said,
Oh, look
I'm
who's here.
not like Mike Tomlin. I will not mess with a man's money. Here's your money, Anzo. Thank you, Danny. Much appreciated. Me and Danny had a little bet, and he lost bet, so he is paying his dues. I knew he would. I wasn't worried, you know. But
I
Yeah, so
thought he got. I thought he got that. That this was his bonus check from writing speeding tickets.
that all went to black people. So
Well,
let's
it's
do
funny
this.
the timing of
From
Danny.
an early age,
Now we're gonna
Anthony
go
was
into the next.
fascinated with mutations and transforming the human body. He wanted to stop everything at the age of 24
But-
years old, quit his job, pack his bags, and leave for Australia. It's still unclear if he could have stepped further and blacked out his face and head as well. Even still, if you don't like your tattoos, you
And-
can always get a laser removal.
He did
But
that
who
shit
are we
to his
kidding?
nose,
He's
too?
the Black Alien Project. He doesn't want to be common, and his goal is to push all boundaries. This is where things really take a turn, and you realize it just went from being very serious to full-on insanity. Because he then proceeded to surgically remove his ears. Makes sense,
What
right?
the
I mean,
Oh, but
aliens
I-
don't have ears.
I thought he was
He
gonna
also
say
got
penis,
dermal-
bro. I was about to say turn this off, bro.
Yo, I don't understand why people do that. I also seen a video, right? Danny's giving the finger. He sent a $2 chat to give the finger. I love you, Danny. You're the man. You're the man. But I also seen this video of a woman, I think she was black too, who like put these purple dye in her eyes to make her eyes
Yeah.
look purple, and ended up, pretty much going blind. And I'm like, well, what did you think was gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like, what did you think was gonna happen when you decided to put that purple shit in your eyes? She was on Twitter and, oh, I'm so sorry, and like I need help. I'm going blind and blah 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 operations and this and that. I'm
Oh,
like,
I remember that. I remember that.
you remember
Was it
that,
a
right?
dye or did she
Yeah.
tattoo her eyes? I can't remember which one. It
Tattooed.
was.
She tattooed it.
Tattoo.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she tattooed it. Yeah, and then was going blind and was crying
Tattooed her
on.
eyeball.
Yeah, her
Why not
eyeball,
just
the
get
white of her
fake
eyeball.
purple contacts?
Wouldn't that
Why tattoo your eyes? That makes no fucking sense.
wouldn't the needle like pierce through?
Bro, I
what?
don't know.
Like, was
Let
she
me see.
asleep when they did it? Like, just imagine a needle. I don't know if any of you guys got tattoos.
No,
I've got
I
plenty
can't
of them.
imagine that.
But-
I can't. I can't imagine that.
And somebody did it. Like, man, come on, bro. People gotta have some humanity, bro.
You know what I
Fuck.
mean?
I can't believe this shit.
See if
And
I
then
can
what's a
find
boo
it.
hoo on the internet talking about, I need help.
There used to be a
Dumbass, it's
circus
your
for stuff
fault.
like this when we were younger. Remember the
Mhm.
freak circus?
Mhm.
All of these people,
All right.
all of these people were candidates. Now it's normal.
Absolutely. All right, Roberto. I got it. I'm gonna show it. Hold on. It's not. I don't think it's the video for crying or anything, but they show what she did to her eyes. They showed her eyes. There we go. Let me bring this up. Let's turn off the sound. Pretending to help my mom look for, yeah. See her eyes? If you can see it, one is
Mhm.
blue there, and the other one is like purple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why is the green darker than the purple? Is she talking? Or is it just on music? Can't tell. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh
I
my
bet some
god.
idiot on TikTok somewhere is going to try it. I guarantee it.
You used the wrong ink, bitch. You know? Wow.
Dandelion said she was allergic to the dye. I think I'm freezing up a
A
bit.
lot
But why?
of people ink their eyes. Really?
Who the heck?
Why don't you just put on contacts?
Exactly. Put on color contacts. Do the same thing.
Maybe because that's just the center part, the contact. It doesn't do the white part of the eye.
I'm sure there's
Well,
got to be
whatever
something to do it.
How do they do
whatever
it
it
in
is,
alien movies?
it with contacts or CGI, right? But even still, like, why would you even take that chance? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even take the chance. I don't know if I'm allergic to the dye or not, and no, my eyes are fine. I'm not putting no blue and purple dye in my eyes. What to look? What to look? How unique, different?
Yeah, they got some contacts
That
that
shit don't
actually
work,
color
bro.
your whole eyes or the whole
Okay.
eye pupil. Yeah, or whatever.
That's
$19.99.
crazy.
You could have got one for $19.99 instead. You done fucked up your life.
See? TikTok did all of this shit, yo.
All right.
Is Danny still here? Because we got a segment for you, Danny.
Yes, we do, and it is coming up right now. I have the video here, and you know how we do. We always have some cop thing going on. You know what I mean? It ain't a show if we ain't talking about the police. You know what I mean? We
But can I
have to
clear it up,
talk.
Anzo? Because he seems
Yeah,
to think it's
yeah.
me all the time, cop hating. If you were here a little earlier, Danny, you would have heard Anzo said Roberto's topic, TikTok ruining the world. Not cop shoots amputee for the last, I don't know. It's going to be a long one. 32 minutes?
Uh-huh.
42 minutes? Let's do this.
Let's do it. So we have this video here, and I will bring it up. It's a short video. And then I have a video I gotta find,
Distressing.
and while we talk about it, yeah, some may find this video distressing. So
I hope this doesn't make me call the popo.
he's pretty much running away from them, right? 2 officers from the department have been taken off duty after firing. At least 8 shots at
shots.
Anthony Lower Jr., a 36-year-old amputee. Police said
Was
they
he
got
a
a
threat
call that a
to the
man
concrete?
was stabbed by another man in. The department said attending officers tried to tase him twice but failed. Within seconds of a third officer arriving, they fired multiple shots. Mr. Lau died on the scene.
Is that a knife in his hand?
Yes.
Looks like it.
Yes. So he has a knife in his hand, right? Supposedly he stabbed somebody. So the cops were called on the scene, and he seen him running on his stubs, and they shot him. What are your thoughts?
Use some common sense, police officers, for once. It's like, bruh, he's amputated. He wasn't getting too far away from you.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god! I don't mean to laugh,
Some
but
of
just
those
to
donut
imagine
eating
him.
cops, they can't really run for a long time. Remember that other video we saw? They were all out of breath and shit.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness!
And I have another video I want to show, just to show a little bit of differences, but I gotta find it. But at the same time, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you couldn't find other ways to stop him?
Right.
Is that what I'm hearing? Because what? He had a knife?
Times? 8 times?
Because he had a knife?
Like, your ego is that bruised that, you couldn't stop an amputee the first time?
It looks that way, man. It looks
Oh my
that
goodness!
way.
Just
I
the
don't
image of him
understand
running
why
on his
8
knees
shots.
trying to get away from him. I just keep thinking about that. Wow.
Yeah, go ahead, JG.
I'm curious. So someone called the police about a stabbing, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is correct.
Why did the guy? Of course, I know police probably can't get all the information, but you can literally walk up on him, kick him to the ground, and get rid of that knife.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%.
How far was he gonna get on his knees trying to run away? Not too far. He looked kind of quick, but still, I'm sorry, because when he got off that wheelchair, he was gone.
The camera couldn't keep up. He left the seat and then they had to move to the side.
And I know the man.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
fast.
not a funny matter that he got shot 8 times and died, but I can't get rid
Man.
of the image of him.
Man, I was watching Lucas and he was talking about, and Lucas was like, they killed the dude from South Park. And the South Park, they have a dude with no legs. They're like, yo, this is who they killed, bro. And I wish Danny was still there to let me know, because I get it. He had a knife, right? But, what can he really do?
Did we hear any volume? Did they even say drop the knife?
You're
No, I don't think
horrible,
there's
bro.
any volume.
I'm sorry, I can't. All I can think is Cat Williams saying "po little tink tink" in my head as he trying to get away. Oh my goodness!
Y'all here laughing at
bro,
police brutality, bro. Y'all awful, bro.
It's fucked up, but I mean,
Andrea agrees with me. 8 shots. That's what's
This
disturbing
is
for
too
me.
much.
Why 8
8
shots?
shots.
They never
Mhm.
shot that low to the ground. I don't understand.
And they probably shot him in the back as well, right? Way to de-escalate the situation. That's it, Dandelion. You can't tell me there was no other way to de-escalate that situation. You mean to tell me that amputee from Monty Python and Holy Grail made those officers fear for their lives?
Right.
Really? Exactly. Exactly. And I'm pretty sure that's the freaking excuse they were using, is that they were scared for their life. So I have this other video, and it's kind of not the same thing, but the tactics that the officers use are totally different. So watch this video here now. Right? Now, this is a white guy. Let me see this film.
Asked him to put a mask on. He refused. Police say Alton Bruns then tried to leave the store without paying and attacked a worker who had tried to stop him.
he actually had pieces of like
Did they
floor
show the
trim
video? I think they showed it.
hung at him.
Police say the worker suffered minor injuries. Alton Bruns was charged Friday afternoon with 3 counts of felony assault.
So
and
I'll pause it there. That's a cop on the side of that car, and he drives off, dragging
fleeing an
that
officer.
cop,
Attorneys say Alton Bruns served in
hitting
the
a cop
military
car.
and suffers from PTSD. The judge set bail at $100,000.
See, they don't show the
cash.
video. It's hard to find the whole video, but he hits the cop car and he drives off with that cop hanging on the window, and he gets arrested.
We're not a fucking
Now,
bruise
if
on
you
it.
ask, now, if you ask me, he put those cops' lives more in danger than the amputee did.
That truck is a weapon.
Yeah. And a danger not just
And it hit
company,
another
about
cop
the
car.
road. If he got
That's
away,
assault.
he's a
And it hit
danger.
another
He got
cop car.
PTSD too. I mean, so they killed poor little
That's
Tintin,
crazy.
but the guy in the truck survived with minor injuries.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Gets
What
away.
about the kid who went in and shot at all those kids and they arrested him?
Which
It
one?
happens all the time.
Oh,
I don't know if it was last
yeah,
year.
the one, yeah.
They might
the
even
one
have
took
stopped
to
at
fucking
McDonald's. They made
Burger
jokes
King?
and shit. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 100%. But when it's us,
not surprised at
we
all.
never
Not
get
surprised
taken
at
to
all.
custody.
Why weren't their guns drawn?
Well,
Why
looked
weren't
like
their
one of
guns
them
drawn?
had.
Why is it
their
every
assault
time it's
rifle on.
us, their guns are drawn?
Mm-hmm.
They're all drawn
You
when
gotta
it's
ask
us.
yourself
Not
that
one.
question, brother.
They're all
Yeah.
drawn.
Mm-hmm. 100%. But yet, when it's them, it's like, let's de-escalate it. Let's see how we can do it. They have another video. I think one of them had like a machete or some shit like that. They didn't shoot him. He got away. But Dandelion said, don't you know black people are automatically way more dangerous? Yeah, even if we got no legs. You know what I mean? We got no legs. We still dangerous.
Yo, fast you ran?
I guess he
Oh,
I
my
guess he was trying
goodness.
out for the Special Olympics, bro. He was trying out for
Man,
the
both of those
100
stuff.
meter
That
dash.
whole police force should be
Y'all tripping,
disbanded.
bro.
If y'all can't chase the amputee guy with a knife, chase him down. Oh my goodness!
And tackle him, right? He has a
He has a
fucking
knife.
knife.
You can just
Whatever reason
walk
he has
on
a
him and
knife,
drop kick him.
there's a chance you could get stabbed, right? Don't they have like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
fucking thing they could shoot that, like in the movies and shit, that just wraps him up? Like you shoot like a fucking
Something
harness,
in that.
it hits him and it just wraps him up and shit. You know?
Like, don't they have
Like-
rubber bullets or something?
Why
They
why
do.
haven't they evolved to have, weapons that could restrain you more so than kill you? Because back in
Yeah.
the day, they weren't allowed to draw their gun unless a gun was seen.
Drawn. Mm-hmm.
Now, fear for your life could just, pull it out on a moment's notice.
Absolutely. It's crazy. But that's what happens to us all the time. You know what I mean?
And we're complainers.
Right. But yet
Always
we
complaining.
want to talk about a show where they talk about real history of black people and say it's anti-white.
They're going to get to the point they're going to say, listen, we know it's happening. Now stop it already, okay? We know it's
Andrea
happening.
said he has no legs.
When I hear a whole episode of black people marching down streets and burning down white people's homes and stuff like that and hanging
Facts.
white people, then you could say anti-white. Until
Facts.
then, stop.
100%. 100%. And that shit will never happen. So I don't want to hear that shit either.
Exactly.
They like killing people. That's the only reasonable explanation. I think a lot of police officers, they get power hungry. Like they get that power. Oh, I'm a police officer. You got to do what I say. And I'm not just talking about black or white, whatever, all of them, right? They feel like because they have that badge, they have authority, they have power. You got to respect them. They don't got to respect you, but you got to respect them. And that's not the case. You know what I mean?
You know what needs to be done? Mandatory therapy for law
Fact.
enforcement every week, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
An hour or two or whatever. It mandatory.
I
It will
agree.
never happen, but that's something that should be happening. And
I agree with you 100%. 100%. Because if there's not, and they don't vet them better, right? We're going to have this all the time. Like, it's not going to change. Seems to me like, regardless of whether, they go to jail, so far it hasn't changed. Derek Chauvin hasn't changed. And the cops that killed Tyree Nichols, they were black. So, you know what I mean? They'll go to jail, but they're black guys. They're black kill their own. That's that narrative. Black on black shit. That ain't nothing. But it's just at the point where it's just like, okay, I can't watch this stuff anymore. I can't take it anymore. It's every fucking week. It's some bullshit. You know.
And,
Drives
there
me
are
up a
some
fucking wall.
situations where, for instance, I think it was in Minnesota, I believe, where the two girls are fighting. The cop shows up, and the girl draws a knife. It looks like she's about to stab the guy.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cop shot her.
Mm-hmm.
Situations like that, and I got a lot of flack to say this. I can feel for the officer because that's a split-second decision. We have to say, okay, because that was my daughter. Hey, kill that, kill her, right? Because I don't want her
Yeah.
stabbing my daughter. Situations like that, I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy was an amputee with no legs. You saw when he tried to swing his knife, he almost fell over.
You know what I mean?
What the hell?
You know what I mean? Like, there's got
Oh
to
my
be another
goodness.
way you can handle that situation without fucking shooting the man. You know what I mean? I understand if he had a gun, totally different. I get it. He's armed and dangerous. He can shoot you and kill you, no problem. But I mean, how far is he going to get? You know what I mean? Like, where is he running to? He's not gonna run to a car, jump in it, and start driving. He got no fucking legs. Can't do that, right? So there was other ways they could have handled that situation, but of course they didn't. When it comes to us, it's shoot first, ask questions later. Always has been, it always will be. So, last topic of the night, Chillmonger sent me a message and he was like, "Hey, I want you and Roberto to
he's
you
still
want
on this. He's still on this recast T'Challa thing, bruh.
yeah." So he
Do
said he wanted us to
I don't want
react
to go
to
down
it.
that rabbit hole. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, it's
Good
gonna go
lord.
down the rabbit hole. You guys are gonna put on the video. It's a 3-minute video. Said he wants the reaction to it, so we're gonna react to it. Chillmonger, hope you're watching. Here we go.
Bruh.
A black character became way too popular. But aren't we gonna recast? Like white superheroes? We'll run temporary representation. He gets Shuri to become the Black Panther. She gains too much steam. Here comes the sun to become Black Panther. Teach the audience it's about the mantle. Wakanda. Wakanda forever. That's what we'll call it. And Bobby Ray makes sure a black character never becomes that popular again. Canceling live action Proud Family? Yes, but cast the actress as Ariel. Temporary representation. Sir, what's this temporary representation? Temporary representation. It's our playbook. So take a character like Cinderella, right? Now we reboot and cast a black actress, and we get all the credit for casting somebody black. But don't worry, everything returns to them being white again. Having them play white characters is much safer than actual darkies catching fire. We use black labor for white characters. And when there is a black lead, it's in limited capacities. T'Challa is the most positively impactful dark-skinned character in the history of cinema. Black representation's best representative. So you nixed him when you had the chance, replaced him with a female so anyone who opposed it could be labeled misogynist. They all say they want representation, but they keep falling for attendance. But they'll consider a white property black just because of the actress. Exactly. You've got to say every girl can see herself as Ariel. The Little Mermaid transcends race. Now you can be a princess. We had a black princess, and she was a frog for half of the movie. That's temporary representation. We flipped her just like we flipped Jamie Foxx's character into a ghost. Soul, whatever. Actually, the best was when we got Will Smith. You remember, he was the genie. You liked that one. I was happier than David Duke at a hockey game. And since it's a voice actor, and since it was a white guy initially, we're really not attached to casting somebody black. Same thing with like the Lion King, even if they're being played by somebody black, it now stops and ceases the introduction of new black characters. Everybody in Lion King is going to be back to. She's white. Did you only cast a black lead because her face is painted? That's why they're called people of color. Characters are mortal, the actors aren't. We'll just get somebody white back to play the white characters. We maintain minimum melanin, and we get to cast black actors, and we please the people who that fools.
It's racism repellent and racist.
Every black character has a built-in exit plan. You think Little Mermaid's staying black? Go to Disney World right now. See who's greeting your kids. White. Ariel will be white again, just like MJ will be white again.
And it's only ever temporary representation. What about the media?
We own the media. You didn't see those TikToks of the girls watching the trailers?
Black media.
You just give black media some free shit. They always conform. If that works, do you know how many fucking coons will sell themselves for a fruit basket?
I don't know. Black Twitter can be really woke sometimes.
Stop using woke in its correct context. But no. Nigger Twitter will be too distracted with all the irrationally upset white people. They'll see that their enemy is angry, making them happy. And they'll be participants.
Did you pull out a bottle of mayonnaise?
I want black white mermaids, black white mothers, black white mutants, black white villains, black white heroes. We're gonna make all black representation temporary. White people. White people. White people. White people. White people. White.
Oh, that was fucking fire. I like the. Hey, you're talented, man.
Two things. The Black Panther thing ain't got nothing to do with the subject that he's talking about, and MJ in the Spider-Man ain't Mary Jane Watson.
That's exactly correct. And you know what? Like, listen, man, we've talked about this many times. I personally don't care, but he keeps talking about, and ChillMonger does all the time, he talks about, well, they're going to go back in the comics to being white. Ain't nobody read fucking comics anymore. A lot of the fucking people that know about these characters know about them because of the movie, not because they were in a comic first. It's only us who, you know, nerds and geeks and who love the comic book stuff growing up know about it. Normies don't know that shit. Normies didn't know that the ancient one wasn't white and a woman in the comic book. They don't know that.
Yeah. My thing is he's conflating the message, man. Like he didn't have to use Black Panther like that. It got nothing to do with what he's talking about.
Well, that's where it comes up. It's all the recast T'Challa stuff comes from, right? And I keep saying this all the time. You're going to get a new T'Challa, right? Now, you can sit there and say, well, it's not T'Challa from the comic book. Okay, but sooner or later, he's going to become the king of Wakanda. He's going to wear the Black Panther mantle, and he's going to be the forefront of those movies. So they're going to use the new actor who's playing Black Panther as what they would have done with Chadwick Boseman. The recast T'Challa argument is just starting to, it feels like the Fandom Menace stuff, because it just, not the Fandom Menace stuff, the Zack Snyder stuff. Yeah, it just feels exactly like that. And I'm like, guys, give it a rest now. It's over.
It's a grift, bruh.
Facts, 100%. So I have this that I wanted to bring up too. I wanted to show this because we're always talking about, you know, them changing white characters to black. But we never talk about the black characters that they changed to white. So I'm going to start off with the boys, right? The Deep in the comic is black. In the show, he's white. Where's your video for that, Chill? Where's your I told you about this months ago. And you said, oh, yeah, all kinds of, you know, I don't like any time of race bending, but I've never once seen you complain about that. Never once seen your video on the deep being changed because you know what they did? They took a black character away from us, Chill. We had a good black character and they took him away from us and they made him white. Where's the outrage? It's not there.
I didn't know that because for one, I don't
didn't
watch
know
the
either.
boys. I didn't pay no attention to the boys, so this is the first time I'm hearing about that.
Yep, he is white. So I brought this article up. 98 times a white actor played someone who wasn't white. So first off, we have Othello, right?
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to read the whole article, but whoever played Othello, I can't remember his name. Look, you got him in a black face there. All right.
I mean, they used to do that all the time. Like
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know,
But
but I'm just saying. Yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro.
No, I was saying, yeah, I know they used to do it all the time, and it was the sign of the times and stuff like that. But they have still done things like this, so it's nothing new for Hollywood to take a character and change the race of it. That's what the point of it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's nothing new. They've been doing it all the time. So, as the jazz singer, 1927, a white actor, Al Johnson, played the lead role in blackface. Charlie Chan carries on, Swing Time, The Good Earth, Everybody Sings, Dragon Seed, Anna and the King, Fiesta, Lost Bound. Like they do it all the time. Othello, Apache. Fuck, they even had a Michael Jackson fucking show where a white guy played Michael Jackson.
I mean,
you know what
I mean? I mean.
Don't
ain't
say
too
it,
far
LB.
fetched right there. That's not. I'm gonna say that ain't too far fetched right there. But,
I mean, bruh.
I was gonna say at what
Master
stage of his
Zorro.
life?
Right. Yeah, they actually during the white phase, of
Bleach?
course.
okay.
Yeah, the Bleach. Yeah. Mask of Zorro, 1989, Welsh actor Anthony Hopkins played Spanish hero Zorro, as did Antonio Banderas, who is actually Spanish. Play It Forward, 2000, Kevin Spacey played a social studies teacher, Eugene Summit, who was white in the movie but black and named Reuben St. Clair in the book. The Human Stain in 2003, Anthony Hopkins played Cole Silk, a black professor who passes as white. The Passion of Christ, white guy Jim Cavell plays Jesus. Memories of a
Some of them are reaches.
2005.
Like some of these are
But it's
legit
true,
reaches,
though.
bruh. I mean,
It's true though. Go
no,
ahead.
I'm not talking. I'm just saying some of these. I'm reading through the article as you read it. I'm just like some of these are reaches, bruh. Like Scarface, like Al Pacino playing Scarface. Like, bruh, come on, bruh.
World Trade Center, 2006. Williams Mountport played Marine Sergeant Thomas, one of the help the men report police officer, blah blah blah. World Trade Center. In real life, he is black. You know what I mean? So we are complaining about comic books doing it. Comic books are doing it in comic book movies, but I'm reading out like real life fucking movies where they changed a person who was black in real life and to a white person.
Yeah.
Where's that outrage, Chill?
Yeah, I mean, bruh, like for me, it just needs to stop. Like, just because you did it then, don't mean you could do it now. Just stop it. You feel me? Like it was wrong then, it's wrong today. And like some of those things you read, I had no clue because I mean, it's not possible to see it and know every movie. But like, yeah, bro, like real life characters that were black in real life and you made it white, like just recently within the past 20 years, y'all tripping, bro.
And you see, and right. So regardless of whether you like it or you're not, or you're against it or you're not, my point is they have been doing it through the history of movies. It's nothing new. So to sit there and now act like it's something that, oh my God, I can't believe they did this now because they've never done anything like that before. It's just like overkill to me. It's like, okay, enough is enough. You know what I mean? How long ago did Wakanda Forever come out? Like, it's been months already, and we're still on this topic. That hashtag is still running around, and you still trying. He did one thing, and I think he called Kevin Feige. Like he said, KK
Yeah,
Kevin
I saw
Feige.
that. I'm just like,
I was
what?
like, didn't Kevin Feige actually give us Black Panther?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So you can say whatever you want to say, but he also gave us Wakanda Forever, which is a predominantly black cast as well.
Showcase Black Panther in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man.
It's not so much the content that I liked. I liked how he just did the 4 different characters.
Yeah, his video's funny.
It's not even the content. I wasn't really paying much mind to that.
You like
it's
the
just a rant.
creativity.
There you go,
Yeah.
LB. The creativity of the whole little segment he did was done well.
Yeah. And he did one earlier, got him 7K views. So this one probably get just as much views. Good for you, right? But at the same time, I don't conform to that. You know that. So when he sent me the message and he was like, I want you and Roberto to react to this, I watched it and I was like, you sure you want me to react to this?
If he would have kept the Black Panther thing and the Michelle thing out, it would have been fine. Because those two things don't make sense with what you're talking about.
The Michelle thing, which part was
This
that?
from Spider-Man. Zendaya's.
MJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you talked about the Little Mermaid and all of that, and I don't care. You know what I mean? They can go back to being white in the comic book or on the cartoon or whatever. Like, I'm just like, it's just a movie. I'm not gonna sit here and be all crazy for that, because in the video he says, and I think it paused out at that part. It was kind of, but he's like, they took one of the most positive black representation in T'Challa. And I'm like, have you watched like any other black movies? Like, have you watched The Best Man, the final chapters? Watch that one if you want real black representation. You know what I mean? You're just talking about one genre of comic book genre, right? And saying, oh yeah, they took away our black representation, but go watch the final chapters. The Best Man final chapters. You get your black representation.
Me and him ain't never going to agree on this, because I mean, I'm just built different. But like, the man died, man.
Exactly.
He died.
Exactly.
He had a big part in putting this movie together, and they made a conscious decision to honor him and not recast his character. Mm-hmm. And like, you all was upset about this. Mm-hmm. And they rectified the situation in the movie, and you're still not happy with this.
Facts. Because you know what, LB? That's not my T'Challa. That's not T'Challa. And I'm like, listen, first off, we got T'Challa in small parts, right, in movies. Then he had his movie. They haven't even scratched the surface with T'Challa. Now, I've said it many times, whatever storylines he's had in the comics, you can still do that. You still have a T'Challa. You'll still have the representation. But it's like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. It's not T'Challa. And I'm like,
it is. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what you say. He's still T'Challa.
Exactly.
You know, it's interesting because I was on the whole recast T'Challa thing initially too. Mm-hmm. But I said this on a Supervisor channel a long time ago in this comment section. I said, if they're not going to recast, the way they did it was the way I said, well, they could do it to honor T'Challa and keep the character going on. And they did it, which Kugler, please run me my check, bro. Please run me my check. You know, and and honestly, seeing Black Panther, that T'Challa to me wasn't the T'Challa I read about in comics.
And
to me, that was a different T'Challa we saw in Civil War was more T'Challa to me than what we got in Black Panther.
See,
so this is their time to, hey, again, they're still going to recast. It might not be T'Challa Senior, but we get T'Challa Junior. It is what it is.
And you know, that's a great point what you said, because if we're gonna really nitpick about this is not my T'Challa, well, Iron Man ain't Iron Man. Captain America ain't Captain America.
Exactly.
Thanos isn't the Thanos from the comics.
Facts.
Thor sure ain't Thor from the comics. Hulk sure ain't Hulk from the comics.
Facts.
Like, these are adaptations of comic books.
Mm-hmm. And when T'Challa, the kid T'Challa Jr., when he gets older, and he becomes the king of Wakanda. They call him T'Challa. The only thing that will be different from his T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman T'Challa or the T'Challa in the comics is the parentage.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
They could do everything else, bruh.
And then you could have the T'Challa marry Storm and continue on with, what you got to do. You know what I mean? So it's
you could do everything, bruh.
You could do
everything
the right way from the comics if you want to do it that way.
100%.
So I mean I don't read comics, so I'm not even familiar with like the main backstory of T'Challa outside of the Storm stuff. So did his dad die in the comics?
His dad was killed by Claw, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like
really,
you could do that too.
So really, Black Panther they screwed over with Ultron when Ultron cut off Claw's arm, hand, or whatever. They screwed all that stuff up there. So Black Panther comes out, it's nothing like the comics to me. Now I do love the atmosphere of a completely black cast, with exception of a couple people. They have a chance to do it and do it the right way. To me,
there is nothing. Absolutely, you can't give me one fucking movie in the MCU that is comic book accurate. Not one.
So
hell, Killmonger wasn't even Killmonger from the comics.
I can't 100% speak on it because, like I said, I didn't read the comics, but like from my gatherings, the first Captain America is probably the most comic book accurate movie.
Yeah,
and they still change things as far as Bucky and stuff.
100%.
Okay.
I'll tell you what would have been messed 100%. Up if they killed Chadwick and had Bucky be the savior in Wakanda Forever. That would have been messed up.
Or even if they brought in the kid and named him something else, then you'll be like, okay, you know what I mean? But they named the fucking kid T'Challa, which shows you that you are going to get a T'Challa in the future.
Like, bruh, like, how messed up would it be to, like, do the second movie? Like, yeah, we recasting T'Challa, and everybody that worked with Chadwick Boseman is still grieving, and it's clear they're still grieving because they talked about it in interviews and all this stuff. Be like, yeah, bro, we gonna recast T'Challa for Black Panther 2. Like, how messed up would that be?
Facts. 100%.
Now,
you know what I mean?
To ChillMongers' credit, if this is his mindset, if you're going to recast T'Challa's character anyway, why kill him off and just maybe sideline him so he can spend time with his kid or whatever, and maybe have him kind of, I don't know, maybe be a mentor to Shuri as she's a Black Panther or something like that.
I mean,
because
in a way, but I'm sorry.
They could have done that, but when they bring him back, it's like he looks totally
it's still not T'Challa.
Right?
It's still not.
You know what I mean?
To me, I look at it from a standpoint of the impact he had with the first movie, not box office wise and cultural impact, but like when you listen to Ryan Coogler and Nate Moore and the other people involved, they explain like how much he had to do with the development of the first movie and the character, not like everything, the suits, the cultural things in the movie, the language speaking, and it's like you could tell how big of impact he had with everybody. So it was just like a sign of respect. So that's, to me, it's like, bruh, they can figure this out, and they did the right thing to me. They made the son.
Me too.
Yeah, they did the son, and like we've mentioned many times, you could do every single storyline in the comic book. And if you want to do stuff with the father and the mother family type thing, you could just swap it with Shuri and what's her name? Nakia. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100%. And I was on the I'm like you, JG. When it first started, I was like, yeah, they should be recasting T'Challa. And you know what? When I watched the opening where they showed a Marvel logo and they have the tribute to Chadwick, at that moment I realized, yeah, you know what? It would have been weird to watch another person play T'Challa in this movie. And I said they did the right thing.
Hey man,
if I were ChillMonger, I'd be more pissed off at them killing the queen and freaking at the end have Namor say, "Now they trust us." You forgive the man
Mhm.
for killing your mother. You talk, "Oh, now they trust us." Man, I'll be more pissed off at that. That will be
Absolutely.
the T'Challa thing. Or Chadwick Boseman thing.
Absolutely. Mike said, once you realize these movies are not direct adaptations of the comic books, your life will be a lot easier. Fact. 100%.
Right.
You know
Like
what I mean?
this ain't like the Harry Potter movies, like where there's novels, right? Like 6 or 7 novels, and then they turn around like, oh well, you know, Daniel Radcliffe died. We're gonna recast Harry Potter. No, you got to, because you got to finish the novels, the movies, like they did with
Absolutely.
Dumbledore, bruh. Like,
Oh, they recasted that
One.
dude quick.
But you see, that's the thing. People will say, oh, well, you know, these white actors died and they recasted right away. And like you said, you got to finish the movie. But at least with what happened with Chadwick, they could move away from it and then come back to T'Challa, which is what they plan to do. They gave the actors and actresses time to grieve, right? When you see those scenes where Sherry is crying and the Queen is crying, those are real tears because they all had built a relationship with Chadwick Boseman at that time. You know what I mean? They were close friends with him. So, of course, you're going to feel away. But it does free up Angela to play Storm like she should have 22 years ago.
nah,
Yeah, but
bruh.
I think
That'd be
she's
nasty,
too old
bruh.
now. She's a little bit too old now.
Nah, not even with the age, but that'd be like creepy. Like she come back and Storm later on, it's like, this grandma, bruh.
Yeah, you need a younger Storm, but they could do it like in a multiverse type of thing. You know what I mean? Where the X-Men are old and she comes in and they show her a Storm. They could do that, an older version of
Bruh, that
Storm.
would be creepy, bruh. That's
I
like,
couldn't do
hold
it.
on, bruh. You look just like bruh grandma.
Oh shit. But yeah, chill. I've never really like at towards the end when after I seen the movie, I never really agreed with it. I think they did what they needed to do. I think they showed Chadwick Boseman the respect he deserved by not recasting him. And I'm looking forward to Black Panther 3 or 4 when we actually get another T'Challa and he's doing the same shit that Chadwick Boseman T'Challa would do. Then we can prop him up as the black hero that, you know what I mean?
Right.
But until then, let's not act like you're not going to get that. That's what I'm saying. People are like, oh, no, they did it. Like, you're not going to get that. You will. And if you want real black representation, get away from the fucking comic books and watch other movies.
And if they didn't make that decision to make the son, like, honestly, bro, I don't know why that never crossed my mind. I don't think it crossed my mind because I was like shocked. But like, if they decided not to do that, then you might have a gripe about this. They're killing our black characters.
Yeah. Rogue said, I will not tolerate any Angela slander. She could be a twin sister.
And Angela Bassett put up a storm. Like, hold on, bro. You, grandma?
You know?
That's got to be the first reaction to T'Challa as a grown man. Like, hold on. I thought you died, grandma.
It's time we get over it, right? Move on. Let's move on. Like I said, have any of you guys watched the Best Man final chapters yet?
Yeah.
Man, I haven't gotten to it. I will, because honestly, I didn't see the Best Man movies until a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it. Like, I avoided them because, like I said, my type of movies, but I enjoyed them. So I'm going to get to the series.
Yeah, the series is fucking lit. It's really good. And like I said, you get black representation to the fullest, right? And you got character development because if you've seen the movies, right, you know where Terrence Howard's character started and Shelby, right? The two of them started off as like, you know, kind of like assholes. But by the end, they're together. They're a loving family. It's so well done. It's positive representation. So if you're complaining about not getting it in your comic books, maybe you should switch genres of movies, and then you can get the black representation there because it's there, right? You guys just don't like the genre it's in. The Woman King was great black representation, but no one wanted to see that one, right?
Because it's a slave movie. Black people had slaves. Shut
Facts.
up.
I really thought it, even though the historical stuff I didn't, it was some historical stuff they left out. It was still a pretty good
Mhm.
movie. I would say
I
that it
enjoyed
was
it.
still a
Absolutely.
pretty good movie.
Right.
I enjoyed it. Good acting.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I didn't think it was amazing. It was a good movie. You
It
feel
was a
me?
good movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like the nonsense these people will come up with saying, it's just like, bruh, stop it, man.
Absolutely.
Just the title
100%.
alone got it so much prejudice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was hearing. Oh, why is it the Woman King? This is what they're doing all the time. Blah blah blah. But then when you watch the movie, they explain why it's called the Woman King. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh, black people had slaves and this group had slaves, and they just don't even talk about it in the movie. But those are people who haven't seen the movie
Right.
because they address the shit in the
Bruh.
fucking movie.
I don't know if you was on listening or whatever, but like I know I was on Perp stream when he did his Perp show, and I mentioned the Woman King, and like all of them were saying all these talking points. I'm like, have any of y'all seen the movie?
Exactly.
No,
Mhm.
no. And I'm telling them stuff, all this stuff you just saying. No. It's like, stop it, bruh.
Haters.
And
Haters.
initially, I didn't even want to
Facts.
see it because of all the backlash on it. I said, let me go check this
Exactly.
out. It's actually pretty good.
Yep. Watch Till. Nobody fucking watch Till.
Till
You
was
want
good.
black
I will say
representation?
this.
Watch fucking Till.
I will say this. I think the miniseries they did some years ago prior was better
Mhm.
overall because you had a series you can do it. But
Right.
Till was a fantastic movie. I thought it was fantastic.
100%. 100%. So you can get your black representation if you look for it. You know what I mean? I think it's time we stop this, get over it. It's done. You're beating a dead horse. Move on. You get your black heroes, right? You'll get some Ray Spent and you'll get your black heroes, but you'll get John Stewart, but that's not good enough for you because John Stewart is second Green Lantern and Hal Jordan's the original, right? So that's not good enough for you either. But John Stewart is a black character from start to finish, but still not good enough for you. You know what I mean? You had Falcon. He's getting his own movie as Captain America. Yeah, I know you guys. Oh, he's not. He's Falcon. He's not Captain America. But he's gonna get his own movie. He's gonna be representing black people to the fullest. You're gonna have that. But yet, it's second because he's not Captain America, which he was in the comics. So
Falcon trash, bro. Like my thing with that is my thing is not so much okay, he's being Captain America. It's like y'all really never built up his character as Falcon. Like what's wrong with making elevating his character and making Falcon a big deal? It's like, oh no, we're gonna make him Captain America. It's like
I think they made him a big deal. Now, if you're saying they could have gave him a solo movie, yeah, 100% I could agree with that. They could have gave him a solo movie, Falcon, and then he has transformed into Captain America, and at least he had a full movie as being the Falcon, right? I can completely agree with that. But I think they did a good job with his character in the movie, and I'm fine with him being Captain America.
Yeah.
Falcon always get beats up, give that shield to a black man that can fight. I think the only issue is that he doesn't have powers, and I think that's going to be hard. But I think they're going to offset that with his suit and vibranium and all kinds of stuff. So we'll see what they do. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm okay with it. I just hope Sam Wilson has a better costume. Give Mike Tyson Cap Shield, and he'll cut ears off with it. Oh my God, K-Dot. With that being said, guys, we had a great show. We had some good topics on here. We discussed ChillMongers video. We talked about the Proud Family. We talked about is TikTok ruining the world? And we had the black cop shoots the amputee in the back. So, guys, leave some comments in the comment chat. What do you think about what we said today? Do you agree with us? Do you not agree with us? Let us know. You know what I mean? And then go check out ChillMongers video. I'm not sure if he has it up yet, but if he does, go check it out. Enjoy it. Give it a like. You know what I mean? Give him some love for his video because it probably took a lot of work for him to do that, but it was a good video. Roberto, where can they find you?
Right here, yo. Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
JG, where can I find you?
Find me here with the great Nzo, killing the game. You can also find me on Supervisor's channel and his panel. You can also find me on Twitter, Shaolin Terrific.
K-Dot sent a $2 super sticker. Thank you, K-Dot, very much. Much appreciated. LB, where can they find you?
You can find me at K-Dots Sanctum, robbing him of his Harry Potter's Hogwarts Legacy game. Live streaming it on the Lonely Banter.
You see, that's something that's getting like a lot of fucking hate too, right? I hear they have, I think it's like an app or something where you can go and punch in and it'll show you all the YouTubers or whatever who has streamed the game so that they can go in there and hate on it because of what J.K. Rowling said. Isn't that ridiculous?
Like, bruh, it's a video
Isn't
game.
that fucking ridiculous? Absolutely, 100%. People that need to chill and relax. And Roberto, I don't know if you've seen this, but I'm gonna pull it out with this video that I have here. I want you to tell me if you like it, because we've done our rap thing, where we had people come on here. But
you didn't see that kid I sent you? You didn't find it, huh?
Which one?
The kid.
No,
rapping, the
I didn't.
Kid. The kid was fine.
Yeah, no, I didn't. All right, let me bring this video up here. Oh shit! I gotta go to my other one. Okay, hold on. And this is what we will close the show with. I seen it. I fucking thought it was fire. I was like, yo, this is fucking lit, bro. Here we go. Tell me what you think.
New York, Jamaica, back to Africa. Oh, we are run the I run the place like the mafia. Oh, we are run the some boy I chase close to oh young I can't catch it with viral plus popular. Rich badness, them know a gunman style. You know some man a bad man from we are juvenile. Bossy boss head one go gunman fight. Watch how Bennett and flip it, cause me well versatile. That's why me run circles round them, kill them with style and flow and them hit you with no delaying. So what you saying, yo? Here say your girl a freak cause she love it so cold. That looking shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she bows on the cocky, I want up a booty, yo. Top mistress in the banging bitches and videos. You know say anyway, me go me match up any stage show. Me style like my metaphors when I formulate my flow. Listen me, we run the whole damn planet. Your girl love my voice, that's why you start panic. She a tell me say in at the bed you can't manage. Snap my finger like Thanos and your girlfriend vanish.
Fire. Anything that Buster's touching is fire.
Yeah.
I've been on my reggae tip lately too.
Oh, have you? All right.
Yeah, bro. I've been jamming some, some Capleton, some Buju, some Shaba.
You know what? I say this a lot, and there's a lot of Americans that have no idea about the Jamaican culture or anything like that. So when I hear you guys say that, it's cool because I be listening to all that shit. Like,
yeah, it feels nice.
Weekend, man.
The next thing I want to hear LB saying is, "I'm busting some dance hall right now." Womp, 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 womp.
all they know about here is Bob Marley, bro.
No, Bob Marley is too commercial, man.
And whatever's popular.
That's my Moroccan friends. Every time you want to hear some reggae, let me guess, Bob Marley. Yeah, man. One love, one. No, I tell you, that's like Brute. That's like a Zarro. That's
my favorite Jamaican track. It's not even. It's an instrumental, pretty much. The Revolutionaries, Kente Kunta Dub. My favorite one. I could jam that thing all day long.
Absolutely.
Walk with it next time, JG, so we can get a listen.
You never heard it? Oh,
maybe I did, but I don't know off the title.
Man.
You just said. Onzo, you can find it
Kunta
for
Kinte Dub.
Because anything I know about Kunta Kinte is a foot chop off.
What's it called?
It's Kunta Kinte. Kinte. Kunta Kinte Dub. The Revolutionaries.
It's instrumental? Because I love me some instrumental, When I go to the gym, I just have an instrumental track.
I have to teach y'all Jamaican some stuff.
I don't know if this is it. You said it's the Revolutionaries?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is it. Let me pop this on. Share screen. Let's check this out. I'm pretty sure we won't get any
that's it.
copyrights for this, so that's it.
That's it.
Starting off like my pops music. Yeah, this is roots.
Yeah.
Rasta.
Irie.
Don't I think Irie. Let out the lion.
Yeah, this is some real roots, yeah.
Yeah. That's
this is like my dad would have on his reel to reel.
Absolutely. I'm gonna show you
Ska
what I'd be
reggae.
listening to.
Yeah, I think DJ Khaled produced one track. You might get copyright claims for that one though.
Might I see? No, this is what I'd be listening to.
Yes, I'm broad. Me and you let me hear so
You know what I'm talking
When
about,
you're all
Roberto?
drunk with a juice in your hand.
You know what I'm talking about, Roberto?
Yeah. This is midnight.
But then we got, we're gonna get into the dance hall.
What's this one, Nzo?
So I got. Huh?
I just sent you
Hold on.
in a private.
You sent me one in the private?
Yeah.
All right.
This is
Let's
a
see
track
what
that's got me
Roberto
going
did.
right now.
Pause this one for a second. Oh, nope. That's the wrong video. I clicked on it and I got the. Oh, okay. This here. I see DJ Khaled, Holy Mountain. Oh, DJ Khaled has one that's fire. If I play it though, I'll definitely get copywritten for that one.
Yeah, I think you might get one off that one too.
Yeah, you don't want that, bro.
This one here, Roberto?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yo, Tik.
Black History Month. This is what we do over here. We got some culture going on. You know what I mean?
Wait,
Trying to
I have
teach you.
one for the ladies too. You know where I'm from,
All
by
right.
Safi?
I'm gonna have to add that to the Spotify.
You know that one,
All
Nzo?
right. Yeah, hold on. I'll get that one now. I just want to pop in this one. I think this is the dancehall one that I like. I'm not sure. Because I go through this like sometimes I just put on dancehall and I go through the list.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I like that.
Shinehead, not Shinehead. What's his name? What's this guy's name again?
That girl,
Red Rat. Red Rat.
One, yeah. That girl, Shelly-Ann.
I love to hear this guy as an adult, you know?
O.O.C City, que rico, papi.
Yeah, bro.
Jesus Christ, man, you wicked man, that's what I'm telling. The man gonna look at me for
Ended it with. Hey, listen. And this is what
Wine up your body, wine up your body, Miguel. Jiggle up your body, jiggle up your body, Miguel. Yo, what's biggity poppin'? Get my soul.
And I say this many times, man. If you never went to a dance hall party, you do not know what you're missing.
Just make sure you hang by the exit, yo.
Or you stay your back. You say you're back towards the wall. You know what I mean? Because
just
it's funny because they'll just bust.
The lights are usually off, man.
Sometimes it won't even be like a fight or anything. They'll just bust a shot because the tune they like played. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
This is another one of Roberta. There you go, guys. So you got some little tune. You got some little tunes there that you can check
representation.
Out, you know absolutely, you know what I mean? That's how we
help some people spice up their playlists. You know, look of love.
No, we'll see if it really works and helps them spice up their playlist. But at least you got some culture there. That's what we do. With that being said, guys, peace, love, and hair grease. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you, everybody that popped in, and thank you to the panel. Peace.
Safe and sound.